Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Things to Use here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm finally going to be doing what you've all been waiting for, my top 10 best movies of 2025. Yeah, I do apologize for doing this so late. I had a reason as to why I decided to take my time. To do this. It's because of just how my top 10 best movies of 2024 went. It was a video that I was not proud of. And it made me realize that doing videos during Christmas time, like, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then within that week from Christmas Day to New Year's Day, and then the first few days of January, yeah, that's not good that I'm making videos because that's when my house gets busy. And normally when that happens, I would record my videos outside, outside of my house. But then I decided to stop doing that because I just don't like doing that anymore. So I tried to think of a way to make this list, but I came to the realization that I should take my time because there are a handful of movies that I needed to catch up on. Haven't seen Mars Supreme yet, by the way. But at last, I decided that now is a good time for me to catch up on my videos. You saw my Fire and Ash review, and now it's time for this one. So 2025 is one of my absolute favorite years for movies in recent years, and this decade I'd say it's almost just as good as 2023. I'm actually debating on which year I prefer, 2023 or this one. Okay, maybe 2023 takes a slight edge because it had Wish, but 2025 is just as good. Like it almost feels like the 2010s, like the best of the 2010s, almost on that level. And it's a shame that 2025 is one of the worst years for the box office. So many flops, but at least the year ended up on a good note with movies that are a box office success. And there are a lot of movies I personally love, and as expected, movies I love but everyone else hates. So without further ado, let's get on with the list. Starting off with my honorable mentions, and my five honorable mentions are Frankenstein, Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery, Neja 2, F1, and last but not least, sorry cinephiles, but One Battle After Another does not make the list. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this movie before I get on. All these honorable mentions are arranged in chronological order from number 15 to 11, so technically this one just barely made the list. And don't get me wrong, I love One Battle After Another, and I stand by the fact that it is my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie. But the reason why it quite misses the list is because there's just 10 films I love more. One Battle After Another is a film that is just not personal to me. I get praised for everything, but it just doesn't connect with me on a personal level the way that these 10 films did. So yeah, let's get on with this list. Coming in number 10 is Chloe Zhao's Hamnet. I'm surprised that not many people have this on their top 10 list. I think more people should put this on because this movie is a freaking masterpiece. And I think that this is the movie that I personally was thinking maybe this could win Best Picture. And I kind of uh, wanted to foresee it winning Best Picture, but ultimately, yeah, One Battle is gonna win Best Picture. I thought Hamnet would appeal to the award voters more, but oh well. Now, now I almost forgot to mention this before I started the list. This disclaimer: with all of the other films I'm gonna mention on this list, I have already reviewed them, so I'm not going to talk much about them. Hamnet is the only movie on this list that I have not reviewed yet, so I'm gonna take my time to talk about Hamnet and explain why I love this movie so much. I mean, what? It was actually between Hamlet or One Bad After Another. I could have put One Bad After Another as my 10th favorite movie of 2025 and Hamlet as an honorable mention, but Hamnet just hit me more on a personal level. Yes, it's not for everyone. It's a slow film, but it's a this is my kind of slow burn. Like this is the slow burn I want. A slow burn that really hits me deep and makes me emotional. It's a very tragic film. And yeah, it is arguably the most emotional movie of the year. I saw this movie at the at my local film fest back in November, and it was a freaking experience. It's no Anora when it comes to film fest experience, but this still was something truly special. Yes, Jessie Buckley deserves all her flowers. She gives hands down one of the best leading performances of the year, and I think she might go down as one of my favorite leading actress wins ever. Yeah, she deserves it, and this movie is brilliant for the way it focuses more on the wife of William Shakespeare, Agnes, rather than William himself. Yes, we all know who William is. He's the playwright. He's the creator of the iconic Hamlet story. And speaking of Hamlet, the fact that I studied William Shakespeare and Hamlet in college for like literature class, and that's actually one of my favorite subjects in college. It really hits it really hits deep, and so I think this just like I've been having such a huge attachment to William Shakespeare after that class. So that's a factor as to why I love this movie, why it resonates with me. And yeah, Paul Mescal is a perfect casting choice for Shakespeare. And Paul Mescal gives his best performance yet. This is one of the most beautiful looking movies of the year for sure. It's just so gorgeous. And yes, guys, like what I said, it is an emotional movie as it is about how they deal with the death of their son, Hamlet, the title character. And what makes this movie so brilliant is that it takes its time to develop the family and to develop specifically the kid Hamnet, so that when we get to the part when Hamnet dies, it would become such a damn tearjerker. Like you'd actually it actually it becomes much more emotional when Hamnet dies, when they kill off Hamnet. It's just beautiful. Oh, and the final 30 minutes with the very first person, the debut of the Hamlet play. Oh man, that is just wow. I mean, this movie truly is something else, and I'm so glad it's on the list. Coming in number nine is a tie between From the World of John Wick Ballerina, or simply just Ballerina, and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. At one point, I had this as a tie. Um, on in my most anticipated movies of 2025 list. I don't know if I did pull that off in the video, but in that most anticipated movies of the year video, but yeah, at some point that happened. Coincidentally, they both became a tie. Now, initially, I preferred Ballerina over Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and I would still give the slight edge to Ballerina. But I think both Ballerina and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning deserve a tie, as well, they're both action movies that came out close to each other. Yeah, the last two Mission Impossible movies had competition with a John Wick movie, like, and it's pretty insane. In 2023, we had the John Wick Chapter 4 versus Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, and now it's Ballerina versus The Final Reckoning. Now, yes, and both movies are just the best pure action movies of the year. Ballerina is my favorite John Wick movie. No cap about that. I mean, I am so happy we finally got to see Ana de Armas rise as an action star after making No Time to Die show what Ana de Armas is capable of as as a badass action chick. And Eve Macaro is one of my favorite characters of the year for sure. And this movie has non-stop action. I was on the edge of my seat, and everything else, aside from Ana de Armas, Great supporting characters. A pretty good use of John Wick himself. I love that Ian McShane had so much to do in this one. And yeah, it's kind of it's a shame that this movie bombed at the box office just because it has a female lead, and people are still sexist to this day. That is a bummer. And yeah. So going into the other ninth best movie of 2025, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Now, I wouldn't say this is the best Mission Impossible movie like what it could have been. Dead Reckoning will always be my favorite Mission Impossible movie because that's the Mission Impossible movie that brought in everything. And the more I think about it, I might actually prefer Fallout over this one. I need to rewatch both Fallout and The Final Reckoning back to back to see which one I really prefer. For now, I'll say this one. But yeah, I'll explain why I'm starting to prefer Fallout over Final Reckoning. It has something to do with another movie that that will is higher up on the list. But this movie does not deserve the underwhelming reception that it's having. This was a perfect finale to the Mission Impossible franchise. What I love about the Final Reckoning is how it's the most story-driven Mission Impossible film yet. It has a bigger focus on the story than the others did, and especially with the first 1 hour. Which, by the way, I do not have a problem with the first 1 hour, the exposition, and there's still action scenes. So maybe because I went in with low expectations on the first half, so I was like really engaged throughout, and it actually flew by until we got to the actual mission 1 hour in. And the way that this movie sent off was just yeah, what a great way to do it. Oh, and the stunts are freaking mind blowing. And especially with the fact that they're using an IMAX, the big stunts like the submarine and the plane are all IMAX oriented. I didn't see this in IMAX. I'm okay with it. But yeah, this movie is just insane. And yeah, Tom Cruise, good luck with your dramatic role, going back to your dramatic roles. Let's see what you can do with Digger. Coming in number 8 is K-pop Demon Hunters, the second best animated movie of 2025. Because yeah, I think you already know what the number one is. It's a no brainer for those who know me so well. But K-pop Demon Hunters, I did not expect this to be in my top 10 best movies of 2025 list. Well, same thing with Hamlet, but I think K-pop Demon Hunters is also a surprise. Now, unlike most people, I actually was hoping to like this one. I went in with moderately high expectations. I was like, yeah, this could be good. But I did not expect this to hit hard enough for me to for this to be top 10 best movies of the year worthy. This movie is fucking awesome. It's the greatest straight to streaming movie ever made and the best Netflix movie ever made. 2025 is the best year for Netflix, hands fucking down. I mean, we got the Frankenstein, Wake Up Dead Man, which are two of the best live action Netflix movies since Fear Street 1978. Which Fear Street 1978 is would be my favorite live action Netflix movie of all time on reflection. And then we got most especially got the Stranger Things season 5. Yeah, 2025 is a prime Netflix. Netflix owned the 2025. Netflix is the studio, is the company that owned 2025 next to Disney. And K-pop Demon Hunters is certainly one of them. Um, yeah, this is the best non Spider-Verse Sony Pictures animation movie ever. It's no contest. There was actually a time when I could have put this above the Spider-Verse movies, and I would have had this had this higher up on the list. But it's just that a certain animated movie that I'll talk about just made me realize, yeah, I think I'll just leave it here for good. But yeah, regardless, K-pop Demon Hunters is epic. It has a great story. I think the story gets a little too much hate. The story, sure, some people like the story, but the story is way better than you say it is. I love all the characters, Rumi, Mira, and especially Zoe, one of my crushes of the year. The animation is dropped at gorgeous. It's just so colorful, and it has one of the best uses of the stylized animation style. And the best thing about the film, the fucking songs. Now, is this the best musical movie of the year? No, it's not. I think there's another musical movie that edges out, but soundtrack wise, this has the soundtrack of the year. Like, you got songs like How It's Done, Soda Pop, Milo, Soda Pop, and you also got Golden, which is the front runner to win Best Original Song at the awards, at the major award, and well deserved. And then you also got Your Idol, which shows that even the weakest song in the soundtrack of a banger musical movie is still a banger. And am I missing something? Oh yeah, Takedown, and most especially my favorite song in the film. This is what it sounds like. Seriously, how the fuck do people call that the weakest song in the film? I think it's the best one. It's a song that made me cry. That sequence is actually the reason it's on the list. Because maybe if you remove if you actually remove that song and that sequence, the movie wouldn't have been the same. So yeah, yeah, that song just makes me cry every time. And yeah, so yeah, just amazing movie. I won't be mad if this wins best anime feature, but yeah, it's not my number one, but it's right up there, and it's arguably my top 10 favorite anime movies of all time too. But I gotta think about that. Coming in number seven is James Gunn's Superman, the greatest Superman movie ever made and the best DC movie since The Dark Knight Rises. Now, I'm actually debating which I really prefer, this or The Dark Knight Rises. Actually, don't screw it. The Dark Knight Rises is slightly better. Yeah, this would be my third favorite DC movie behind The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. After the DCEU ended on such a whimper with Aquaman and the Fuck You Kingdom, and the Lost Fuck You, or the Lost DCU shit, as you want to call it. Thank God for the DCU shining down, and I think I'm way too generous in DCU. I'm actually having second thoughts on the DCU as a whole. Because let's be real here, we didn't need the DCU. What we truly needed is this new DC universe from the master of comic book directors, next to Anthony and Joe Russo, James Gunn. Yeah, I mean, sure, don't get me wrong. I like Bastille. I still like it, and I really like Henry Cavill as Superman. But Superman, to me, this is my Superman right here. A Superman that's more comic accurate, but not goofy at the same time. Why do people call this goofy? I think this movie it's not as goofy as it could have been. It still takes itself mostly seriously, which is it just has jokes in it. Well, yeah, this movie is freaking action packed, and even if this Superman is, the comic accurate version, a little more lighthearted than Man of Steel, he's still a freaking badass. And the action scenes in the movie, I did not think this movie would raise the stakes from Man of Steel, but the final battle, oh my god, it just did. And there's just a lot, and I mean a lot of action, and there's a lot going on with the story. The James Gunn and other people who wrote this movie, if there were any, the writers do not waste their time. They really kept going with the plot and all that stuff, and the character development of Superman. David Corenswet, I still think David Corenswet gives the best leading male performance of the year. He's the front runner to win the Frozen Awards for best leading actor. I absolutely love him, and David Corenswet performance. Oh man, especially when he gives the human monologue. Oh man, he was so good. That scene alone is what's gives David Corenswet the cake as the best leading actor performance of the year. And yeah, I mean, James Gunn really understands comic books. He understands them. I mean, he understands them first with the Guardians of the Galaxy and now Superman. Oh man, yeah. DCU is about to be the best in DC universe yet. Like this movie is better than every single DCU movie combined. I don't care what the Snyder monkeys say. Monkey butt say. Yeah, and honestly, fuck the haters of this movie. Fuck them to ash. Yeah, fuck the toxic Snyderverse. Fuck all of you who hates on James Gunn for no reason. And also, yeah, Supergirl's gonna be even better than this. I still think Supergirl will top this. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year for sure. And fuck the sexist haters who are hating on Supergirl. Coming in number six is the Fantastic Four First Steps. I mean, damn, yeah, I mean, as much as I love Superman, yeah, I called it that Fantastic Four First Steps was going to be the better comic book movie in July. I mean, Marvel still wins against DC. Yeah, both Superman and Fantastic Four First Steps competition is it's BVS versus Civil War competition all over again. And yeah, July 2025 was freaking insane with a Marvel and DC movie competing on the same month. Yeah. It's a shame that Superman won the fight, but Fantastic Four First Step wins my heart. This movie is why Fox, Disney buying Fox was a gift because Disney redeemed Fox, and they've constantly been redeeming Fox because yes, as much as I really like 20th Century Fox, they did some damage that it was difficult to repair. So I think people need to give credit where credit's due. I don't like say what I want about Disney, but what Disney is doing to Fox is objectively the best thing they've been doing. First they were first they made gave us Deadpool and Wolverine. With giving us a comic accurate Wolverine suit, which is what we've been waiting for. Then they give us Percy Jackson. And yes, I'm talking about Fox as a whole, not just Fox Marvel. They give us Percy Jackson, which is a fantastic show. Yeah, the Percy Jackson duology. Yeah, I ranted on them already. And I stand by my thoughts on them. But the Percy Jackson series is fantastic. The best thing to come out of Percy Jackson. And then we're about to get a Cyclops. I mean, I don't hate Cyclops in the James Marsden Cyclops as much as others do, but we needed that side of Cyclops, if you know what I mean. But I think the biggest thing that Disney did to Fox is redeeming the Fantastic Four, giving us the prop the proper Fantastic Four movie, the one we needed the most. This is the Fantastic Four. I mean, fuck the Tim Story versions. Like I'm sorry, but yeah, screw them. I honestly do not understand why people like the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies, other than nostalgia. Yeah, I mean those movies are a big lot of crap. And the last thing about Fan Four is Take the Bear. But to me, honestly, this is the only Fantastic Four that truly matters to me. Maybe I'd even say this is the only Fantastic Four that exists to me. Like the casting is the best. I mean, you got the Thing. You got Joseph Quinn as Eben Moss Backrack as the Thing. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. Honestly, guys, I gotta admit something. I never mentioned this, but on reflection, honestly, I honestly now think Joseph Quinn, Human Torch is Joseph Quinn's best role. Yes, even over Eddie Munson. I cannot believe I'm saying that, but yeah. And then you got Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, which, by the way, screw the haters. I think Pedro Pascal is one of my favorite actors, and the people who are constantly racist to Pedro Pascal, just because he's not white and he's playing Mr. Fantastic, guys, shut the fuck up. Stop being racist. And of fucking course, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, which this movie made me an even bigger Vanessa Kirby fan than ever. And she actually made White Widow she made White Widow my new favorite Mission Impossible character, and that's the reason why I am considering preferring Fallout over Final Reckoning because Fallout gave us the best Mission Impossible character, White Widow. And yeah, and Final Reckoning didn't have her. But outside of this being a proper Fantastic Four adaptation and also the most comic accurate MCU movie, and I should mention as well that this is the most visually stunning MCU movie yet. I mean, the visuals are freaking out of this world. But what makes Fantastic Four First Steps just so special is that it is how this movie subverts our expectations. We all went into this movie thinking it was going to be a setup to it was all set up to Avengers Doomsday, but it was just a post credit scene. What this movie did is pretty much reintroduce us to the Fantastic Four and stand on its own. And this is the most standalone the MCU has ever felt. It's the most different and the most unique the MCU has ever felt, and that's why I love it. And one more thing, I cannot believe nobody talks about this anymore. Nobody rewatched this. While this movie wasn't a flop, it still made money. It did underperform at the box office because most people only saw us once, and they just said, "Oh, it's good," but then just decided to just brush it off their minds and not even rewatch it on Disney Plus. This movie is like the this movie flopped hard when it comes to viewership on Disney Plus, and that's a shame, man. I think people need to be reminded on what exactly makes this movie just so good. So yeah, coming in number five is Avatar: Fire and Ash. Now, this movie I can make this higher up on the list. This would potentially be my fourth favorite movie of the year. Like I can interchange this to number four. But the reason why Avatar: Fire and Ash is at number five is because I have not rewatched this movie yet. I haven't gone back and revisited this movie yet. I will soon. I'm gonna rewatch the movie in theaters on my birthday, but for now it's this one while I haven't rewatched it yet. So it, well then I won't say on YouTube if I well I'll think about it if I'll say in my community post if I decided to make this my fourth favorite movie of the year or not. But I mean, for those who follow me on Letterboxd, you'll definitely know. So keep a lookout for that. But regardless, I fucking love Avatar: Fire and Ash. I don't care what the hate base says. Avatar: Fire and Ash is the best Avatar movie and the best James Cameron movie. No cap about that. Yeah, while this does have the same story and same beats as Avatar: The Way of Water, it does it for a reason. It's because the movie is all about being prepared for the same war and being alert that your enemies are just going to keep repeating the things they do. They're not going to stop if you don't stop them, since they didn't really stop the sky people in the Way of Water. So of course they're gonna repeat the same battle all over again. And man, this is the darkest Avatar movie yet. This movie is really dark as hell, and especially with the fact that this is was the aftermath of the dam's death, and so it's about and so we see the Sully family grieving the death of the Dayam, and we also get to see a moment of suicide, which yeah, the scene when Loak tries to shoot himself, that still is in my head. I cannot believe how well they played it out and how dark it was. And of course, you got the new villain Varan, who is my favorite movie villain of the year. And I love how they gave like the kids a spotlight, the Sully kids, especially Kiri. I love how this movie had so much Kiri. Kiri is my favorite Avatar character ever, bar none. And also, yes, what more can I say about the visuals? This has the best visuals ever put. This is some of the best visuals I've ever laid my eyes on, and it's gonna get better and better from here. These Avatar movies, man, that's why James Cameron is the king of the world, man. He is the king of visual storytelling, and yeah, it's kind of a shame that people just hate on these movies, but I don't. I will defend this franchise to the day I die. Coming number four is Wicked for Good. Yeah, the best musical movie of the year. Sorry, K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, yes, it is possible that I could prefer Avatar: Fire and Ash over this one when I get to rewatch Avatar: Fire and Ash for the second time. No, but Avatar: Fire and Ash won't be in my top three because my top three are movies that are just way too good to be topped. But yes, Wicked for Good is wow. I mean, this is better. I will stand by saying that this is the best. This is the better Wicked movie in part one. This movie is what I love about Wicked, and just yeah, this they Frozen 2 as the sequel, and the fact that this felt like it was taking notes from Frozen 2, it is arguably the main reason why I love this movie. It's darker, it's more mature than part one, but it's like it's deeper, but it still has like some light-hearted charm to it. Like it's a mix of both light and darkness. And yeah, and you gotta admit that I know some people were divided on the visuals in the first Wicked, but you gotta admit the Wicked for Good has better visuals than this. It's even more visually stunning. It's more colorful, which is insane to say. Also, I think Cynthia Erivo and especially Ariana Grande gave better performance than part one objectively. They are so good in their performances, and especially Ariana Grande. Oh man, Ariana Grande. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, Amy Madigan did beat Ariana Grande in for the yeah, for the Critics' Choice Awards. Amy Madigan and Weapons, but I still hope that there's still hope for Ariana Grande to win Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars. I am fucking sick of her getting snubbed, getting robbed. She needs an Oscar win. She is Glinda. No one else can be better as Glinda than her. And yeah, the songs are amazing. Now, the songs are not one of the best performances. I mean, the best aspects of the film. I would say both the performances of Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. That would be the best aspect of the film. But the songs are amazing. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, some of my favorites are Couldn't Be Happier. Wonderful. Wonderful, and also for Good, the ending song, and my favorite song in not just this film but the entire Wicked franchise in general. No good deed goes unpunished. I mean, I cannot believe I said I cannot believe I have a song that doesn't have Glinda in it as my favorite Wicked song, but they went hard with No Good Deed. No Good Deed is the Show Yourself of Wicked for Good. And the fact that No Good Deed was like super similar to Show Yourself, literally, it's freaking insane. And yeah, that ending, that the third act that made me cry, man. And this movie just wrapped up everything perfectly. So yeah, I will defend this movie to the day I die. It's easily one of the most underrated movies of the year. All right, now we're getting to some of the best of the best. These are some of my favorite movies of all time. Coming at number three is Thunderbolts, my favorite MCU movie of all time and my favorite comic book movie. Yeah, by saying that, this could have been at least in the top two or maybe even number one. But the fact that that the best MCU movie is at number three, just speaks volumes as to why I fucking love 2025. Because I mean, when the best MCU movie is only is at this spot, you know you're about the top two is about to be truly something. But yeah, now I know I've considered post Endgame MCU movies as my favorite MCU movies, but then I changed it back to Infinity War and Endgame. They don't hold up for long. I called Spider-Man No Way Home the best MCU movie when it came out. Now it's not. I did that with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But this is it right here. This is the post Endgame MCU movie that beats Endgame, based on my personal thoughts that that I've been waiting for. And yes, I agree. By the way, I'm with the critics that this is the best comic book movie of the year, bar none. I don't care what the people who call this overrated says. So, uh, what makes Thunderbolt so special and stand out from other comic book movies would have to be would have to be how personal this is. This movie is very personal to me. It's a movie up. It's a very human story about dealing with your past mistakes and working together as a team to overcome your past life, your horrible life, your trauma, your PTSD. And this movie has such a powerful message to that to not um, go through this alone. That you need somebody to help you, to guide you with becoming better. And yeah, that's what makes it so good. And the team dynamics. The new Avengers is the best MCU team. I'm sorry, I don't care. It even tops the original Avengers. And yeah, and you got a bunch of B-list heroes that people don't care about, and you make them appreciate them more. I mean, you got such underrated characters like Bucky. No, Bucky's not underrated. You got Red Guardian. You got John Walker's Captain America. You got Ghost, and and also you got Bob as well. Bob. Bob is outside of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Bob is my favorite male MCU character. He's so relatable. And he's a perfect addition to the MCU, and I love that Marvel created a character like that. And of fucking course, Yelena. I mean, I think you all know about my love for Yelena. I'll just say Yelena might just be my MCU crush, and either her or Kate Bishop. Maybe Yelena over Kate Bishop. Well, again, just maybe. But yeah. And by the way, yes. The third act of this movie probably is some of the best I've seen in like anything MCU related. Seeing Bob would just try to beat the shit out of the Sentry, and then all the Thunderbolts tried to hug him for Bob to like just calm down. Oh man, that's insane. So yeah, man, I just wow. I mean, this movie is insane. And yes, I stand by my thoughts on this being on me preferring this over Infinity War and Endgame. But I think that Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, and especially Avengers Secret Wars, will dethrone Thunderbolts eventually. Coming in number two is the best Oscar contender movie of the year, and also my favorite live action movie of the year, Sinners. Now, some may think that One Battle After Another is the most critically acclaimed movie of the year. Well, it's the most recognizable movie from the award experts and award nominees. But surprisingly enough, when it comes to many people's best movies of the year list, I have noticed that Sinners actually edges out from One Battle After Another as the most critically acclaimed movie of the year. It's the highest rated blockbuster of the year on Rotten Tomatoes, and let alone when I watch these top 10 best movies of the year list from other people, more people put Sinners as their number one than they did with One Battle After Another. So in my mind, Sinners is the most critically acclaimed movie of the year, and rightfully so. This is the peak of Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler will never make a movie that tops this ever. This movie is just everything, and I mean fucking everything that I want in a movie and more. This movie is just absolute cinema to its peak. And yeah, what can I say? This is some of the best cinematography of the year, especially with the way it uses IMAX. And yes, guys, this is the IMAX blockbuster of the year. I'm glad I got to see this in IMAX, even though I didn't see it in IMAX in first viewing. I was just lucky. And you also got such amazing performances from Michael B. Jordan, who is my favorite black actor of all time. And this is Michael B. Jordan's best performance yet. And you also got Delroy Lindo, Miles Canton, uh, especially Haley Steinfeld. Like this to me is Haley Steinfeld's best role yet. Like I mean, in general, even dethroning Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. Yeah, how the fuck is Haley Steinfeld not getting any awards love? I'm sorry, but Wunmi Mosaku for Best Supporting Actress, like getting all the buzz for best supporting actress. But out of all the Sinners supporting actresses in this film, I'm sorry, but honestly, Wunmi Mosaku. No offense to her, she's great in the film, but honestly, she's the weakest part. She's the weakest of the series cast. Yeah, unpopular opinion. But yeah, I think right off the bat, Haley Steinfeld it is already the biggest snub of this year's award season. I am deeply upset that Haley Steinfeld is won't be getting any awards love. That is a crime, and it's so unfair that Haley Steinfeld, the only movie that Haley Steinfeld is ever getting gotten nominated for is True Grit. Which, yes, don't get me wrong, I adore True Grit, and Haley Steinfeld deserves to get Oscar nominations, but I mean, that cannot be the only one. Haley Steinfeld deserves more than just True Grit. Well, at least she got a Golden Globe nomination for Edge of 17, so that's something to be grateful for. Yeah, don't tell me people think Haley Steinfeld is the weakest of this movie's cast because I will not accept the take. She's arguably the main reason why I love this movie and I'm so high on it, but you also got just the rewatch value, which is the one reason is the one reason why I prefer Sinners over Thunderbolts because I rewatch Sinners more. Sinners is probably my most rewatched movie of the year so far. Well, let's see if Zootopia 2 can dethrone. Oh shit! Sorry, I spoiled my number one. Well, you all saw it coming, but yeah, this movie just works so well, and everything else. I think it's a perfect film. And yes, did I already mention that it's the best horror movie ever made? That should be a no-brainer. It would have been number one if not for the movie that I already spoiled as my number one by accident. And my number one favorite movie of 2025 is Zootopia 2. Yeah, I think this was a no-brainer. The fact that my most anticipated movie of the year ended up being my favorite movie of the year is insane. But as a huge, passionate fan of Zootopia, the first Zootopia, this sequel is everything I wanted it to be and more. Yeah, this movie is just perfect, a perfect sequel. And it's just so good to see these characters back and more mystery. I love that this movie continued the prejudice, the themes of prejudice, while also expanding on the themes. Um, I forgot how you describe the themes that this movie tackled, like the new additional themes. But if you watch it, you probably know. I just don't remember how I described them, but it's something. It's something more than just prejudice, but the mystery is intriguing. It expands the lore of Zootopia. We get to know more about we get to learn about who made Zootopia and yeah. The Lingsley family are great villains. Pobbert is the best Disney twist villain yet. I mean, I know some people are upset about the fact that Disney brought back their twist villain trope. But let's be real here. How long has it been since we got a Disney twist villain? That was in 2018. Well, unless if you count King Louie from Frozen 2. Yeah, they're like 7 years. Like, it's been 7 years since we got a twist villain. So maybe Disney is only doing this once in a while. Yeah, and yeah, the animation is even more gorgeous than the first. It's more colorful. And you also got such great new characters like Gary the Snake, voiced by Ki Hui Kwan. This is Ki Hui Kwan's best role yet, by the way, even over Everything Ever All at Once. And you also got the hilarious Nibbles. Nibbles is the standout of the new cast of the new Zootopia 2 characters for me. I really love her jokes. Her jokes like, it takes a threesome to be some, but a far way to bust your doorway. Yeah, we need more animated jokes like that and less generic kitty humor and characters trying to be cool and hip. That's the jokes we need in animated films. Those dirty adult jokes that kids will just think, oh, it's just wordplay and stuff, but adults will understand. Will have to think. But what really makes this my favorite movie of the year, what truly does, is the chemistry between Judy and Nick. In fact, the core of this movie, it's all about the psychology between the partnership of Judy and Nick and how they have to work together, and how they have to like just bear in partnership and open up to each other. And the scene with the Nick and Judy opening up with each other. Oh man, that just makes me cry every time. Like their confession, their monologue, and I love the fact that we get to see a hint that Nick and Judy have a crush on each other. Crush on each other. But decide to remain friends for now while still like hinting that they both have a crush on each other. Oh man, that's really good. Oh, and I should mention as well the great references from Silence of the Lambs to The Shining, great pop culture references. So yeah, this is certainly one of my favorite movies of all time. It's like right up there as some of my favorite movies ever, and it's my second favorite sequel of all time, behind of course Frozen 2. And yes, I have never been more proud to call Zootopia 2 my number one favorite movie of 2025. So that's all for my top five favorite movies of. Sorry, top 10 favorite movies of the year. What is your list and your favorite movie of the year? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my top 10 worst movies of 2025. Bye, guys.